On the first go. Now let's do the posting. Let everybody know what's happening. And we're going to get started here. What's everybody up to tonight? Well, hopefully you come by to check out the stream. Good times. Mobius Y here. Time of recording this Friday, November 19th. Hope everybody had a good week. I did not. It really sucked, but that is a different story. So yeah, let's get the show on the road here. I'm going to load up the game while I load up Twitch on my phone so I can follow along with chat. Those of you watching this in the future on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy the video, do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you think of this particular playthrough and how you think it's going. If you would like to stay up to date on my live streamed or just my Stellaris Console Edition content, do hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Goal for 2021 is to still try and hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. A little less than a month and a half to go. And we got a little ways to go before we hit 10K. So hopefully hit that subscribe button and share this content with anybody who you think would enjoy watching it. There's also links in the description below I want you to check out. There is one for the official Stellaris Discord where you can become part of the greater Stellaris community. There's a big section for us Console Edition players to talk about the game with each other. You'll also find links to my personal stuff, for example, my Twitch channel, which I stream this off of. Pop on over. Regular schedule is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Hang out with me for a couple hours those evenings. Let's have some fun together. You'll also find a link to my Twitter feed. Give me a follow there. I post important announcements all the time. Last but not least, there's a link to my own personal Discord for fans of my content to freely join. That's the best way to stay in constant contact with me, and if you want to be able to chat with myself or other people who watch my stuff, that is the place to be. Alright, let's get rolling here. Now that we got all that out of the way pretty quickly, I have been looking forward to been looking forward to streaming tonight. What's good? Blind Orphan, what's up, buddy? Semper Buffo, evening. Neomanic, how's it going? I need to open my YouTube app for a second, so track a chat, or if I have to reload the thingy and I lose track. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, so I had a comment with an actual planet name suggestion, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now because we never did come up with a name for Fenhabanis. So somebody who watches on the YouTubes came up with a suggestion for a planet name, and that's exactly what we're going to do. I don't know what it means. I don't really care. Thank you for the suggestion for the planet name. You know who you are. See you in the comments again. All right, and of course, thanks very much for watching. What's up, buddy? Joe the Frogman, how you doing? Okay. Let's see. So here's a question. Do we want to leave this as a relic world, or do we want to turn it into an Ecumenopolis? Because that will be an option. Once we clear all these tile blockers, we do get an option to restore Ecumenopolis, and that turns this back into, you know, big capital world of the First League. It becomes an Ecumenopolis, and we can make a lot of alloys there. If necessary, but we'll figure that out. It'll take some time before we clear all the tile blockers and this, that, and the other thing. So all's good. Still waiting on what are we gonna do for our next? Yeah, I think Void would pick. Don't care about the right now. Senate floor is in session. We're supporting whatever, so it's good. Of the benefits of the relic Unity generation. Well, right now, it has Wild Storms, which reduces habitability and happiness by 5%, but plus 20% research from jobs. Plus, I think this First League Capital modifier stays put, where you get plus 10 to monthly society physics and engineering research each month. This planetary mausoleum was once the shining administrative center of the First League. It no longer supports life, but ruins from the city that once stretched across the entire surface can be found everywhere. So there's bonuses from that planet modifier, Wild Storms, which is kind of nice. But the Relic World thingy itself doesn't really, you know, the Relic World modifier itself, or sorry, Relic World type, I guess I should say, doesn't really offer any additional bonuses beyond that. As a relic world, we still have generator mining and agriculture districts. However, there's 9 generator, 9 mining, 0 agriculture districts, and it's a size 25 world, which is pretty dope. When we clear these tile blockers, we're going to get access to some features. One of them is Central Spire, which will give us plus 15% society, engineering, and physics research from jobs, which will combine with the wild storms for like 35% of physics. We'll get this industrial sector, which will give us plus 2 crystals, gas extraction wells, harvesting traps. Those are refineries for strategic resources. Clearing the shattered solar array gives us some generator districts. This ancient reactor pits will give us more generator districts, and these abandoned mining tunnels will give us even more generator districts as well. Then we just get rid of these ruined arcologies. We get some minor thingamabobbers for it. On top of that, we also have there's already this dense ruins modifier, which gives us an additional plus 15% research from for society, engineering, and physics from jobs. So in theory, once we clear all these tile blockers and Central Spire, we should have plus 30% to society and engineering research from jobs, and plus 50%, because remember there's the planetary modifier, wild storms, to physics research generated from jobs. So that'd be nice. However, an Ecumenopolis has a plus 20% bonus production to all resources, plus 50% bonus pop growth speed, if I recall correctly on that as well, and 100% habitability, which in and of itself is pretty nice, because that means your pops are happier, they're not used to amenities or like that. Because when you have less than 100% habitability, your pops, for every percent below 100, they use up that much extra amenities. They need that much additional upkeep, and you can cut that in half. Because it's a relic world, it's reducing pop growth speed and resources. Or sorry, not because it's a relic world, because it has not 100% habitability right now. It has reduced resources from jobs and reduced pop growth speed. Those would all go away if we made it an Ecumenopolis. However, the chances that if we made it an Ecumenopolis, the chances that these things go away, I'm going to say is pretty high. I can't remember whether or not it actually does that, in all honesty. It's been a long-ass time since I explored the first League home world. A very long time. Do they only make alloys? No, but an Ecumenopolis is mostly going to make alloys, because you can crank out a lot on a large-size Ecumenopolis. There are arcologies to have it construct, or sorry, have it produce consumer goods. That's what I was trying to remember. Where did these things come from? How did I survey this system if there's bad guys in it? Huh, weird. Oh yeah, relic then. Pop growth speed. Can you get to a where there is too many pops and employ them all? Well, yeah, absolutely. What happens then? Do you have to manually move them? Yes. So there's 2 things to deal with that. One is actively dealing with it, which is resettling them. Well, sorry, there's 3 things to do to deal with that, Neomatic. And it's, honestly, it's less about... this is just me, though, because I am able to figure out a good balance between the number of jobs and the amount of housing available. I tend to match it where, say if there's 100 housing on a planet, and my pops need use 1 housing per pop, I will figure out a way to get 100 jobs on that planet, because I want to fill every inch of housing that's available. That's just how I do it. So if it gets to the point where there's still housing available but no jobs, then I need to reassess. I look back and I reassess, how do I have this distributed? I need to make more jobs, because there's room on this planet. When I run out of housing and jobs on that planet, there's 3 things you can do. First, you can simply manually resettle pops by hitting the resettle option, and then, a nice way to know that you need to resettle is every once in a while you go back and check, and planets that you know are fully developed, they have no more available housing, so you don't want to or need to create additional jobs. And this is when all the building slots are filled. This is when all the districts are constructed. Then you can manually resettle those new fully grown unemployed pops to newer colonies that still have building slots to unlock, that still need pops filling jobs that you're creating on those planets, stuff like that. So usually in the game, for me personally, around in the years like 100 to 150, once I'm getting to at least a dozen, maybe 2 dozen worlds and stuff like that, my very first several will continue growing pops, and I'm simply resettling them to new colonies, because the more pops you have on the new colonies, you can have those pops working additional jobs, and the faster you get those pops to a new colony, the faster you can do things like upgrade the capital building as well as unlock building slots, that kind of shit. Okay? So that's one thing you can do, manually resettle. The other thing you actually could do is, you can't exactly do it all the time, but there is an option to do this, which is declare population controls. It costs a small amount of influence and does reduce overall stability on that planet. But of course, there's ways to work around that. Anyways, different story. You can declare population controls and or cease robot assembly. I tend to, just out of habit, do both to be extra careful, but what you can do is simply declare population controls and then go to your population and restrict the roboticist job, like lock it out like so that nobody's working that job. That will drop your robot assembly to 0, because somebody needs to work that job in order to assemble robots. And then, of course, because your robot plant no longer has somebody working the job it's producing, you can replace that robot with something like a chemical plant, or just something else that only produces one job, like even a friggin' not a resource silo, sorry, that produces 2 clerks. Basically any of these refineries, like a chemical plant, an exotic gas refinery, or a synthetic crystal plant. Those all only produce one job. So that one pop that was working as the assembler of your robots, you get rid of the robot assembly plant, and now they're working as, somebody who makes volatile motes or rare crystals, stuff like that. So you're not upsetting the balance of, your housing to available jobs kind of bullshit. You still have the exact same housing, you still have the exact same number of jobs. It's just by declaring population controls and remove robot assembly plant, so no longer having somebody work that, nobody's assembling robots, and you have essentially stopped all pop growth on that planet. So you'll get no new pops growing, no new organic pops growing, and no robotic pops being assembled. So you don't have to go back and do any more resettling. You can leave that planet alone for like the rest of the game, pretty much. Okay, so that's the second thing to do, is just stop all growth on that planet if you want. General rule of thumb is I don't really do that until I start getting to crazy amounts of in my empire, like 40, 50, 60, or more than that, like 80 to 90, which I have done before. Then going back to some of my old planets that have been fully developed for a long time, and I start restricting population growth because I don't want to go back to resettle 40 pops every few months on my old worlds. Okay, the third thing you can do, and this is something that a lot of people like to do, a bunch in the official Discord as well, is in the galactic community. There's these resolutions under politics and culture that fall under the greater good. Okay, you can push to try to get. You first have to get Charter of Workers' Rights passed, then 5-year plans, and then greater than ourselves. By getting this resolution passed in the galactic community, this unlocks an edict that encourages unemployed worker and drone pops to voluntarily resettle themselves to suitable planets with jobs and housing within our empire. So this has it so that, as I said, on your older worlds, if they're still growing pops, this unlocks an edict that will have them automatically resettle to newer colonies that have housing, that have jobs, that kind of stuff. so that you don't have to, you know, do it manually every little once in a while. It does give additional benefits like plus 5% worker happiness, which is, but it also bans several types, several types of slavery, chattel slavery, livestock, and grid amalgamation. Those are banned. And then the living standards of basic subsistence and stratified economy are also banned. So there's, you know, kind of some downsides. I like using stratified economy, and basic subsistence is a way to also have like a species that you don't really care for. You're barely keeping them alive, but they're still working jobs for you, stuff like that. So there can be some downsides to it. So that's the 3 things that you can do: manually resettle from your old worlds or new colonies, stop population on your old world, or try to pass that resolution greater than ourselves. It's under this the greater good one, and it's the 3rd tier of this one. A lot of people that in the official Discord really like this greater than ourselves. Personally, I've only used it once because I don't care for it. I'm way too much of a nitpicking micromanager to bother with it, because I feel like it would just get fucked up if I let it handle itself automatically. Or generally they go to Ring Worlds or Ecumenopolis. I've filled an Ecumenopolis before, but it was only a size 12 world, or even a bio refactory if you don't need that pop on that planet, and assuming you have loads of food. What? Orsic Fireforge, what's up? Greater than ourselves is great, but getting it is a giant pain in the ass, since there are typically slaver empires with decent voting weight that go against it. Well, get more voting weight. Admittedly, that is a bit of a problem as well. You either, in order to try to get that greater than ourselves passed, you either need to make an alliance with other egalitarians and whatnot who will side with you in passing those resolutions, or you just need to get to the point where your empire is solely so powerful that it can cast its own swing vote, like all on its own, and needs very little to no support from the rest of the galactic community. So yeah, it is a bit of a pain in the ass. I could use another admin building somewhere. Okay, so Ferrari we were turning into an Ecumenopolis manually because we took Arcology project. Awesome, thanks for the explanation. I'll try to keep my questions with long answers to one a stream. Yeah, no problem, buddy. Let's see here. Traditions. We got new traditions from Harmony. We'll take Bulwark of Harmony because I'm a little concerned about somebody declaring war on us. Artisan Troop. Oh, cool. Does anybody dislike us right now? I don't think so. Not really. Well, aside from the Zelvins count. These guys are neutral to us, which is fine. Well, it's not power, but knowledge, although sometimes be the same. Who else? These guys. Madasura Commerce Guild is not open for business, Vampyrz. Okay, they're suspicious of us. I don't care. These guys are neutral. These guys are suspicious. And these guys are also suspicious. So there's a couple that don't really like us too much, but we shouldn't have to worry too much about them going to war with us, I don't think. Drac, what's up, buddy? So I went back and I was doing some checking because people have said hey, your audio is cutting out and stuff like that stream, and I'm building cruisers? Oh yeah, I'm building fleets, right. Unfortunately, I really don't think there's anything I can do on my, because I know for sure it's my hardware. I think it's an actual connection thing, whether it's to Twitch or whether it's my own ISP. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure it's the stream itself that's for some reason chugging, and then it has that moment of silence because it's like skipping. It like desyncs for a moment and then resyncs, and by doing that it loses like a second or two of all the audio, blah 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 blah. Kind of weird, but Standardized cruiser patterns. Okay, so I got two good options here. Starhold, I really need that, but let's get superfluid materials first. Oh my god, maybe not. 81 months. We'll wait for a month to tick over. And is it going to be 80 months? Yeah, okay, we're not doing that. Let's get Starhold. Starholds. Okay, now battleships will be an option. So So we'll be able to get those soon, and then we'll be able to get a good look at the Necroid ships, which will be dope. Okay, that's why that's told me to upgrade. No more auto upgrade. Fuck off. Okay. Don't need reactor boosters. We're kosher. Combat computers are not becoming a thing. Hyperdrive 3. Alright, that's fine. What about these guys? Hyperdrive 3, plasma thrusters. These guys are all fully upgraded. Okay, that's fine. These guys, upgrade your thrusters and your sensors, please, as well as your power. Not that you really need to, but, you know, no reason not to, I guess. Okay, don't need the reactor booster anymore. The reactor booster adding extra power is kind of nice, but I guess, but it's only adding 0.5 evasion and 0.05 damage per day. And it's increasing the cost by almost another 5 alloys. Well, it's actually 4.5, so I don't know. Not a fan of increasing the cost. There, let's close that out. And we're good. Okay, so now I have a few ships that need upgrade. For 108 alloys, let's do it. Either I'm dropping frames on my end or you are. Yeah, like that's what I'm getting at. But I don't really think it's, like I said, I think it's more of a connection issue kind of thing. If that's, let's see. I really, really, really need to. Maybe this will be. I would like to get rid of these alloy foundries on the homeworld and replace them with civilian industries. Actually, no. No. I'm not going to do that. Definitely not going to do that. I send the report to Twitch about the playback issue. If it's on Twitch's end, it should be fixed, I hope. Yeah. Sure. Yapathy embraces cybernetics. Holy shit. Yikes. Okay, so the criminal cartel that is right next to us are going the synthetic ascension route. Because they have now embraced cybernetics. Yikes.
A new colony.
Thanks, Odin. I am not the only one. Just alert me if it's happening like super duper often. And then I'll definitely try to look a little deeper into it. But in all honesty, I do not think there was anything I can do about it, unfortunately. Construction ship. Where the hell is a construction ship? You're a ship that constructs. Please go here and construct. Thank you. Go do construction stuff. Oh, man. Tachyon would be okay, but let's grab space-time theory. 4 months for that. A lot less than... Why is that so much faster? We have 22% more pro. That's why. Because this chick has Spark of Genius and computing expertise, whereas this is maniacal. That explains a lot. It really does. Bale rack that. This guy's not doing a thing. Maybe I can assign... Let's have a gander, shall we? Bale make. Let's move this guy in there. Go. This is a Voidcraft expert. It'll be really nice for getting the Starhold tech faster. So I did kind of at the last minute push off last night's Mass Effect stream, and I do apologize for that if people were really looking forward to watching JB Shepard's latest shenanigans. But I simply bumped them out to this weekend as I was looking at the calendar, and I was like, you know what? I would like to get in an extra Mass stream so that we can move on to No Man's Sky, literally the first stream of December, which is going to be the case. And I was like, well, am I going to fit that in on like a Wednesday or something? Because that's usually my evening off. And I love my evenings off. I love just, you know, relaxing. Really helps me out big time. But then I was like, you know what? Last night I was goofing off online, and then a really old friend of mine that I have hardly interacted with over the last several years, he's like, hey man, what are you doing? You want to play some of all bloody things, he was on GTA. And I was like, I mean, in my brain I was like, I'm about to go stream, but and then I was like, actually, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's play for a little while. This might sound like a dickish move, but a buddy of mine that I've known for like fucking 20 years and I hardly get the chance to hang out with these days anymore, they get a little priority over a live stream. So I put it off from last night, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I do one on Saturday, one on Sunday to kind of spread it out instead of like 2 on Saturday or some crap. And I'm like, okay, I'll spread it out so that I'm not doing them both on one day, and that way when I'm done with both of those streams, we should be like a good portion to the Citadel DLC, which will probably be finishing on the regularly scheduled Monday stream. Oh, fucking finally, see, that's why I needed the whatever the hell we just finished, Star or something, Starhold. There we go. The research for habitats requires Starholds, if I recall correctly. I believe that is the direct prerequisite. So it wasn't turning up because I didn't do that. So I'm glad I got that done, because habitats showed up immediately afterwards, which is great. Actually, it's more frequent in the last few streams, so maybe Twitch or ISP. Yeah.
A study has been completed.
Like I said, just let me know if it happens in this particular stream, so that I can check into it. If you guys let me know in chat, then I can just look at what the time is in the stream, and if I send it into Twitch, I can be like, hey, this happened at this time, this time, this time, and this time. What's the dealio, yo? All right, we're gonna increase our automatic trade of food because we're generating 132. So let's go ahead and add another bunch. I don't know how many. Let's bump it up to 225, I guess. We'll see how much we're sitting at from there. 225. There we go. Confirm. And strategic resources, we're getting... It says +1, but we're not really getting jack shit. So that's fine. We'll leave those alone. And what else? We'll increase our consumer goods as well by about 10. That should be enough. There we go. That should do it for now. And we've got another starbase here, ready to go. Beautiful. What is happening? The game is like pseudo-freezing. That means something really big is about to happen. Did somebody just have like a machine uprising? I would not be surprised if it was like a machine uprising. Whoa, what? Lost to bureaucracy. Due to a major clerical error, parts of Rio Tinto has fallen behind in infrastructure maintenance and accommodation services. The people live in rather bleak conditions and will not tolerate it for long. Remedying these problems will cost time and effort. We must invest in this area, so this will cost us 100 influence, 500 energy credits, but we'll gain 1,000 unity, which is fine. That was an interesting event. All good. We got another tradition for that, so no problem. There we go, the greater good. And this is a size 19 world, so 20 with a finishing expansion, 20 total districts. And why did I only have 18 city districts? Oh, there's impassable mountains. I had to go up on the features. So we got that, and let's go ahead and do a couple mining districts here. City district for some housing. So out of the 22 districts we'll have, 12 of them will be mining districts. That's a lot. But we'll fill in the rest with city districts, and that will allow us to put a lot of alloy foundries and upgrade a lot of the said alloy foundries. looking good, looking good. So actually, this would be a pretty good time to kind of summarize how I determine what my plans are for a colony, how I'm going to develop it and stuff. I'm going to do a chemical plant here because I need one job, and I know that upgrading this food processing facility, its upkeep requires volatile motes. So I want to compensate for that with a chemical plant, and we're good. So which one was the brand new? Rio Tinto. Okay. This might be a good time to go over this because I get asked for it a lot. And I don't know if anybody really gets this far in the YouTube videos. I hope so, because maybe this will be very helpful. So because I know that eventually this planet is going to have 22 total available districts. Why? Because the planet size is 19, so the maximum by default is 19. However, finishing the expansion tradition tree always nets you that one additional district. So typically it would have 20. However, we also took Mastery of Nature, which adds another +2 to maximum districts. So the maximum possible districts that I'm going to have on this planet is 22. And the resource districts that I want are these mining districts, because we have this really, really good high-quality minerals modifier, giving us more mining districts, more minerals from jobs, so the miners will be more productive on this planet. Okay, so there's 12, with there being 12 mining districts, with our max total being 22, I simply subtract these 12 mining districts from what the maximum is going to be. That leaves me with 10 city districts. And eventually, oh shit, that's an Uber mine. Yeah, it's pretty good, Joe. They'll be even more productive because we'll also do the mineral purification plant, which is also going to increase their output by like another 25%. So they're going to be producing, each individual miner job is going to be producing at minimum 40% additional minerals than anywhere else. Plus the habitability being 100% from a Gaia world is really going to help out, because they're going to be happier, which will increase the stability on the planet as well. These will be really productive miners. Anyways, like I was saying, so with the maximum possible districts being 22, 12 of them are going to be mining districts. That leaves me 10 districts, which I can turn into city districts. Okay, with each city district producing 8 housing, and I'm going to have 10 of them. That tells me, okay, I'm going to have 80 housing just from my city districts. Now, with the resource districts, for a regular empire, the resource districts do provide housing, but they only provide 2 housing and 2 jobs, okay? So I always just kind of quickly head math that these, for each of these resource districts that I build, and the 2 jobs that they produce, those 2 jobs are used up. The 2 housing is used up by the 2 jobs that they are producing. That's not the case with city districts, because A, I rarely use clerks, and B, even if you did use the clerks, that is 6 quote-unquote extra housing from your city districts. So at the very least, I have 60 housing that will be available from just my city districts. And that's like the minimum. The maximum will be 80. So I need to figure out a way to create another 80 jobs, around 80 jobs on this planet. And the best ways to create lots of jobs are to plop down buildings like alloy foundries, research labs, civilian industries, those kind of buildings that can be upgraded to a 3rd tier, because at that maximum tier, those buildings create 8 jobs. In this case, alloy foundries, they'll create 2 jobs. An alloy mega forge creates 5 metallurgists, and then an alloy nano plant gives you 8. So, by like super duper quick head math, in theory, I could fill in all the 10 city districts that I have after I have the 12 mining districts constructed, and then with that 80 housing, I could plop down 10 alloy foundry buildings and upgrade them to alloy nano plants. There would be enough housing to fill each and every single job created from those alloy nano plants, so that people could be working in them. Okay, and then that would leave me with, doing a quick count here, that would leave me with another 5 building slots, which I might not have housing to put stuff in them. So I could put extra buildings that don't create jobs, or jobs that I don't want to use, like resource silos or something stupid like that. That is just a super duper bone dry quick example. It doesn't always work out that easily though, because I also want a robot assembly plant as my first building, so that I can get you know, the robots start being assembled here, so that this planet can grow its pops faster. I also want something like a hollow theaters or whatever. In this case, it's going to be the chamber of elevation, because we're a necrophage, that's for amenities. In this case, because we have Byzantine bureaucracy, I also want an admin cap building that will need it will create 5 bureaucrat jobs, because we're going to upgrade it and make use of that stability the stability bonus we get from bureaucrats. And then there's also going to be the pillar of quietus as well, for example, because that gives us, or sorry, pillar of quietus, whatever the one is for being memorialists. We'll just say it's the pillar of quietus, whatever the first tier pillar of quietus is. Let's replace, what is it called again? Sanctuary of Repose, that's what it is. Thank you, game. So yeah, so as we're going, I'm going to be filling up all these building slots with a bunch of other shit, because you can't just slap in, you know, 10 alloy foundries, fully upgrade them, and then be like, okay, this is fine, because you also need those amenities. And like I said, in a normal empire, I typically just do like a hollow theaters, because 2 entertainers produce a lot of amenities. I might upgrade that later on so that I have 5 entertainers producing a shitload of amenities if necessary. You know, the list goes on and on. So I fill in those kind of little dinky buildings, and when I get, like, when I'm finishing the second row of building slots, I tend to, you know, once we get those 4, 5, or 6 weird buildings out of the way, like the Sanctuary of Repose, the admin cap building, the mineral purification plant, that kind of stuff, I'll typically fill in whatever's left on this second row with refineries, because those only create 1 additional job, and then the rest I can fill in with alloy foundries and a Ministry of Production to improve the metallurgists, and I kind of go by how much housing do I have left to determine how many of these buildings can be upgraded and how high tier they can be upgraded. Now, in all honesty, what I wind up with will probably be less than 80 metallurgist jobs on this planet, because I have a bunch of other buildings creating a bunch of other jobs, which you know, eats into, and those jobs also need housing. So I'll have less than 80 metallurgists, but at the same time, the economy just on this planet alone and throughout the Empire in general will be more stable, because if I was to put refineries down in this world, I'd probably put like 2 chemical plants, so that there's 2 pops producing some volatile motes, which would offset the upkeep cost of the upgraded alloy foundries. Because if you remember, alloy foundries, when they're upgraded, the second tier building, the alloy mega forge, needs 1 volatile mote per month, and then the third tier, the alloy nano plant, needs 2 volatile motes upkeep per month. Well, with just 2 chemical plants, I'm offsetting that upkeep cost from at least 4 of them, right? Because I'm producing at least 4 volatile motes on this planet against, you know, 7 or possibly 8 upgraded alloy foundries. So that's good. That's nice. And then that just goes on as I go, and when I come back here and I look, and it's like, okay, if I see unemployment, I can come back and I can take a look and be like, okay, how much housing do I have left? If it's some kind of a multiple of 3, and I still have alloy foundries that I can upgrade, I'm like, okay, so how, like, if I have 15 housing, I still have 6 alloy foundries that I can upgrade. Let's just upgrade 5 of them, because that will create another 15 jobs, and that will use up that last 15 bits of housing that I have available. And then you just, you know, do that and either resettle pops to it to fill in those jobs, or just wait for them to grow naturally. And when that's done, it's like, okay. Then you, like I said, from there you do one of the 3 things. You manually resettle from this planet, to newer colonies. You you shut down pop growth and pop assembly, or you enact the greater than ourselves thingy so that the unemployed pops that are putting the housing in the negative from that point on automatically resettle to other colonies with housing and jobs. I don't know if any of that made any fucking sense, but you know. Get the right leader and you can get more minerals if you are lucky. Yeah. Fuck up the beautiful guy world with mine. America. Yeah. I forget who gave us the name for this Gaia world, but it'd be amusing to rename it to America just because of that. I mean, who says these mines, you know, who says these minerals that we're mining from these mines are like rock minerals, you know? They could be, you know, liquid fuel minerals, right? You know? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, props necrophaged. They're good, very nice. I like it. Okay, what do we got here? This is done. How are we doing on... Okay, 24 months habitats. I really need to up our research speed because it is just atrociously bad right now. Okay, so I think our capital world, I'm going to do some more alloy foundries, even though we technically have like 2 Ecumenopolis down the road from the first League homeworld, and we're working on creating our own. Emperor Badger, what's up, buddy? I do need to increase our research output. How are we doing with our rare crystal output? I think I can upgrade. I think I can upgrade this to an admin park. I'll deal with this unemployment we're experiencing. This will out like 2 pops, but that extra one that's showing up in unemployment, I don't have to worry about it. Now, if you notice, something that I'm also doing is I am locking out all the clerk jobs. Eventually, I will unlock them, or if I need some amenities in a pinch, and I don't have a building slot available, or I won't have a building slot available for a little while here, because I'm like 3 pops away from the next one, then I'll open up some clerk jobs. But for the most part, I don't bother with it, because putting them in a different job, like a technician job, will just be, you know, more efficient for the time being. Because all you get from a clerk is 2 amenities and 2 trade value, and depending on your trade policy, that 2 trade value either turns into 2 energy credits, or 1 energy credit and half of a consumer good, or 1 energy credit and half of a point of unity. So that's all you're getting out of it. Whereas if I slap them in a technician job, some of the ones on this planet are producing 7.2 energy per month, or 6.6 energy per month, or even like a miner on some planets. Let's take a look at the miners on our home world. They're producing 8.1 minerals per month. I don't want them taking up those jobs where they're producing, like I said, less than 2 resources for the Empire, at least for now. Especially in the late game, when planets are like filling up. I was just talking about making sure that I have all this housing for the jobs and blah blah blah, and how I quickly head math for developing a colony. You gotta. That's what I said when I mean I don't count the clerk jobs as jobs that will take up housing. You know those scent wax things. Sure. Can we upgrade? Do we have enough alloys to upgrade a few of these? I need to tell the defense platform to stop auto upgrading as well. Otherwise, that's going to drive me nuts. So you can fuck right off. There we go. Save that. And Santa Dar Station. Do you not have a defense platform? You do not. Okay, and that's slightly problematic. Alright, let's go ahead and upgrade these. There's only 1. That's fine. Habrak. Where are these again? Habrak is down there. Porabin. Okay. Porabin, there's like a secondary fallback choke point. Haneri is that one. Demon's Maw is in the northeast. Okay. Habrak, Porabim, South End, Aneri, West End, Demon's Maw, Northeast. Santadar is bordering the Marauders. Word.
Vessels have been refitted.
I thought it was off. Sensi? Hot wax just spilled on my arm. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of not fun. Okay. So we've got a lot of food being produced. Thanks to our 2 agricultures. Eden Prime, and I think Great Promise is another one. Yep. A lot of food. Okay, now I'm negative on... okay, I'm +2 on moats, so we can start selling those. I need to change my automatic trade. Get rid of that, and then let's sell an additional 2 volatile moats each month. There we go. We're good there. Okay. Why is this a bureaucratic center? Stop saying it's a bureaucratic center. God damn it. It is not a bureaucratic center. Fuck off. That is irritating. Alright, there. So it no longer says we're negative on the rare crystals, as you can see. The only reason that we wound up negative on that is because we upgraded the admin offices to an admin park, and that has 1 crystal per month of upkeep. I could upgrade this to a galactic memorial. That would be interesting. My poor right arm. Well, hey, think about it this way. Your right arm is getting a free partial wax to remove hair, so that it looks more. It looks and feels more feminine. Rubber band marks a cut. What are you doing to yourself? So this is another good example. This is a size 20 world. So with expansion tradition and mastery of nature, this will have 23 districts. I only have 7 agriculture districts. That's fine. That will leave me 16 city districts, and I can have a lot of... I'm going to do civilian industries on this planet, on Eden Prime. This is going to be an agriculture, consumer goods thing, world. I can do a lot of civilian industries, for starters, and... sure, let's do this one. And a lot of those civilian industries buildings can be upgraded to at least 2nd or 3rd tier, because there's just going to be a lot of housing from those 16 city districts. And I can go crazy! Alright, let's do a robot assembly plant, and we are going to... Oops, come on, get over there. Whoop, 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 whoop. Get that done first, because I don't want these goddamn clerks. I forgot to lock out these clerks with the 1st city district. Now I have to hit left on the stick a lot more than just once. So we'll leave those 2 clerks. Once we lose one of them, we lock those out even more. Ooh, hello, positronic AI. Very good. A cut, a broken blister. Some people would like the hot wax treatment. My dog biting and scratching my arm. Alright, let's get 2 generator districts. I'm also going to plop down an energy grid to give us a plus 15% production from our technicians on that planet, finally. Let's see. None of these pique my interest. Let's go ahead and do ground defense planning, though. Increase the naval capacity from soldiers. That's kind of nice. Superfluid materials, still 67 months for that, so let's ignore it. Get battleships. And I don't think I have the alloys. No, I do not. But I do have a bunch of shite that we can sell. Oh my god, look at this ridiculous amount of food. Alright, let's up the... let's up the amount in our monthly selling by about another 100. There we go. And then we can pretty much sell all 20k of our food. Or we could give 20k of it away to... another empire to try to make them like us. Alright, there we go. 2,500 alloys now. Okay, we need a good spot to put down a habitat. I had an epiphany. This game is the Stardew Valley of space. I suppose you could look at it that way, sure. Okay, we're doing okay on resources right now, and our... I need another construction ship, Jesus. We have plans in place to, you know, like we have more colonies in development for these various resources. So what I'm going to do is I am going to build a habitat. This will be our first habitat in Haneri A, and it's going to be a fortress habitat. And the reason for that is, you remember what I was talking about in a previous stream? I think that was you, Neomanic, that actually asked about it. A nice thing to do is in your choke points. So in this case, every star system in my territory that has a hyperlane leading into it or out from it, whatever you prefer. So in this case, Haneri, Santadar, Demon's Maw, and down here in Habrak, those four systems. Another good thing to do is construct if possible. This requires the DLC. If possible, construct a habitat in orbit of one of the planets in those systems and turn it into a fortress habitat. A fortress habitat or a fortress world, whichever you prefer, is a planet or habitat where you designate it as you give it the fortress designation. In this case, fortress world, and you fill in as many building slots as possible with strongholds and then upgrade them to fortresses. Why do you do that? Because fortresses create 3 soldier jobs each, and soldiers increase your overall naval capacity, which is kind of nice, but they also spawn defense armies on that planet. Also, a fortress has an FTL inhibitor. And upgraded star bases naturally, eventually they have an FTL inhibitor naturally when you upgrade a star base, but having that extra FTL inhibitor on either a habitat or a world that is protected by a lot of defense armies and has, you know, reduced orbital bombardment damage from being designated as a fortress world or fortress station, as well as having a planetary shield generator, it makes that thing a really tough nut to crack. And it really, 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 really slows down an invasion from a hostile empire. The reason for that is what an FTL inhibitor does is until the FTL inhibitor is taken offline, hostile fleets that fly into the system can only leave that system by using the same hyperlane that they entered it with. Okay, so in this case, if we were attacked from Derep, and they did not take out our starbase, or they did not successfully invade and take over a fortress station or a fortress world in the Haneri system, they would not be able to leave except to retreat back into their own territory. This ultimately stops them from continuing deeper into our territory to cause havoc in other parts of our within our boundaries. Okay, so not only do you have your choke points reinforced with upgraded star bases that have a lot of defense platforms and ion cannons and that kind of stuff, you also want to try to build at least one habitat that you turn into a fortress station in that same choke point system, just to make it a lot harder for people to invade or successfully invade with their military fleets through that section of the galaxy. And I can say with certainty, it's very effective. I have been able to get habitats, I think all but like 2 or 3 of the building slots for fortresses. So you're looking at like at least 12 fortresses producing 36 soldier jobs, and that is like a metric fuck ton of defense armies. It was great. I loved it. Had a good old time with that one. All right, let's get rid of some of these ruined arcologies, shall we? So our first habitat in this playthrough is going to be a fortress habitat, and it will be very handy to have. Why can I upgrade these again?
Vessels have been refitted.
Okay.
Vessels have been refitted.
Weird. Ground defense planning is done. Here we go. Global defense grid for a fortress. That's perfect. Let's grab that. I haven't gotten into ground combat yet, only space stuff. Ground combat is super duper straightforward. If you have more armies, then you win 90% of the time. If your number is bigger, chances are you will win. So just have a lot of armies. When you know you're going into an offensive war against somebody else, produce a lot of armies so that you can successfully invade their planets. That's really all it takes. Very, very, very easy. Another city district, I think. How much are the farmers producing on these worlds anyways? 12.9 food each per farmer on Eden Prime. How about Great Promise? 13.3. Jesus. That is crazy. District's mandate fulfilled. We just got 1,000 unity for that. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade to another admin park here. Let's check our automatic trades. Shoot. Ooh, maybe that's not a good idea. All right. What I should probably do is change that to buy 2 rare crystals a month. There. Problem solved, because we're going to need that. Alright, we're finishing off the Harmony tradition. Utopian Dream. Stability increased by 5% on all our planets. And the Harmony finisher effect is increasing stability by 5% on all of our planets. So bam, we just got a 10% stability increase on all of our planets. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the Voidborn Ascension perk. This gives us the Habitat Expansion research, which is nice. This will allow us to upgrade our habitats. There we go. And our 6th Ascension perk, I have no idea what the hell we're going to grab. Or if we're even going to grab anything at this time. Maybe I should save it for things like Galactic Wonders and then like... I don't think an Ascension path is in the books here for this particular playthrough. That's okay. Sometimes I don't do Ascension paths these days because there's just so much other cool take, like a Colossus project. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this admin park as admin office to an admin park. We'll lose 2 farmers. That should be okay. And then Great Promise. We will only lose 1 farmer, so yeah, we should... The food will probably actually drop into the negative for a little bit until we get like 1, maybe 2 pops back into farmer jobs. But having all these extra bureaucrats will increase stability on these planets by a tad more, and we'll put our admin cap back up above our sprawl, because we're about to get another 60 points of it, give or take. That is good. What do we have here? With 4 cruisers, 7 destroyers, 10 corvettes. Alright. What else can we do? How many more cruisers can we add? Let's do it. Very good. Okay. I'm pretty sure everybody else is still overwhelming to us. Especially in fleet power, which, of course, just about pretty much everybody is, but that's okay. These guys are all pathetic because reasons. Ooh, this person just jumped up from equivalent to superior. Seems legit. All good. Okay. Out here. Let's go ahead and take... Ooh, we're over naval capacity, so let's start taking that option. Rivalry ended. Okay. Name. There we go. We're already halfway through the goddamn stream. You need to let me know if I'm doing too much talking in these particular streams for the last little bit, because I'm doing a lot of that. All right. So what happened in this war? Did the territorial climate change? I don't think so. Oh man, look at all this. Yikes. The Yaxkalok citizen state was a starting empire, but now the Gorf royal sons seem to have done a war of liberation And there is now this new Yaxkalok syndicate. Huh. Interesting. Apathic are being nice to them. Larev Trading Coalition will no longer tolerate Vampyrz. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Fuck you. Great powered generator world. Oh, yeah, I called it. We're now negative on food. Okay. Alright. So, to upgrade an energy grid to an energy nexus, that requires exotic gases and a monthly upkeep of exotic gases. So, I'm going to hold off on upgrading that until we get the exotic gas refining technology. So that I can put one. I can put one on that planet. Ooh, hello. Gunpowder has been discovered by the primitive alien civilization on Truro's Haunt. This has revolutionized warfare, with large cannons rendering many of their citadels obsolete. The use of explosives has also benefited many engineering projects, as troublesome obstacles can now be more easily removed. Even now, their chemists are experimenting with new creative applications for this invention. So this is the primitive... this is the other primitive civilization that spawned next to us. Because remember, when you play with Necrophage, you do not get guaranteed habitable worlds. You instead simply get primitive civilizations that you can secure pops from, either by stealing them through something like nihilistic acquisition or barbaric despoilers, something like that, or there we go, we got that done, very good. Glandular acclamation, let's do that. Collective self would be kind of nice. We're looking good. What the fuck was I talking about? Something about primitives. So barbaric despoilers or nihilistic acquisition, you can raid them and steal pops, or you can just invade them with armies. Make that place your own. And have their pops gradually turned into your native species. Okay, this is a size 18 world, but these resource districts are awful. We've got 5 generators, 6 mining, and 4 agriculture, so that's only 15 resource districts out of what could be 21 districts total. So if I colonize this, I think I would do a mix of generator and mining districts on it, which means we'll have an energy grid and an energy nexus on that world. And the rest would be city districts. So that would be 11 resource districts, 10 would be city districts, and whatever else I put down here, I would not be able to upgrade a lot of buildings, like research labs or whatever. Ooh, suddenly our food is way in the negative. Well, I shouldn't say way in the negative, but a fair bit in the negative. Oh, that's because these stupid clerks' jobs are filling up. Whoops. Hang on, let me just go ahead and fix that. There we go. Fuck off. Conisthian warriors sighted. Ah, okay. Hello there. Where are these guys, I wonder? They're going to be in the middle of buttfuck nowhere that we haven't gotten. Oh, way over there. Damn. Yeah, that we've explored such a tiny fraction of the galaxy because everybody's closing their borders to us. So our science ships have a really difficult time going anywhere. I kind of miss the days where, while you had a science ship surveying, you got some bonus science from it. That was kind of fun. A little cheap, and it made rushing discovery tree like really powerful. But part of me kind of misses that. Oh well. Okie dokie. I'm still choked that we don't get to make use of this asteroid belt modifier. 10% minerals from jobs. The +3 mining districts unfortunately was not enough to make it worth it compared to having 15 generator districts, which is dope. Let's see. Max agriculture. There's the +2 generator. Oh, wow. +2 and 3. Really? Okay. Let's get rid of that. And that. And we can lose the other two as well, I guess. Fuck it, let's queue them all up. Alright, we have converted 3 pops to our species on Malekith. Very good, very nice. Okay, so, this is what I'm talking about. Running into a slight problem here. Oh, you know what? How much am I giving away trades? 5. Okay. So with 25 consumer goods going away in automatic trades, how many of these could I replace? Probably just the one. Okay. So I'm going to replace one of these civilian industries with an alloy foundry. And I'll wait for it to tick over, see how that affects our consumer goods production overall. I can remove up to 25. So actually that means that I can replace 2 of these. I should be able to replace 2 of them. Because we're sitting at plus 12 right now. 9, 18, 27, 36. 12 and 25 is about 37. Yeah, maybe doing 2 is a little much. We'll see. I should be getting a building slot fairly soon on either Eden Prime or Great Promise. Probably, I don't know what I'm going to do on Great Promise for the buildings. Alright, here we go. Adaptability. Pop housing usage reduced by 10%. That's always nice. Okay. Rio Tinto, Mining World. You have your first building slot available. We are definitely giving you a robot assembly plan. There we go. Perfect. I like it. Great power. What are we doing here? Right now we're just getting rid of some what's it called? Tile blockers. I forgot what the fuck they're called. Whap whap. Okay. We're looking okay. No, still nobody's like... Here's the thing. We have an Ecumenopolis that we're going to be doing ourselves in the way. We could turn this is the big homeworld into another Ecumenopolis to produce even more alloys. That's always nice. However, this would be a really good science world. So we could do either, and to be fair, I don't really have a science world picked out aside from Great Power, which is going to be energy and research. Energy for the districts, and then research labs for the buildings, which will be kind of nice. I'll have like oh man, if there's 16 energy districts, that leaves me like 10 city districts, so that should be enough. It's pretty dope. Let's go ahead and do the interstellar fleet traditions because I want that naval. Sorry, not the. I want the fleet academy. That's what I want. Battleships done. Okay. Habitat expansion would be really nice, but let's grab the fortress because citadels is a requirement to getting the what's it called? The thing with the things. Megastructures, that's what they are. Yeah, those things. Alright, Necroid battleships. Hello. You look sexy, if I do say so. Okay, so as a battleship, I want all... Do I want a carrier core? Not... I do... I do have top-of-the-line strike craft right now. Yeah, let's go hangar stuff on our thingy for now and do an artillery stern. I don't like how all these slots turn into freaking point defense, but what can you do? We'll do 2 point defense and 2 flak, sure, why not? And then we've got 3 sets of advanced strike craft. Ooh. We'll do 2 small lasers, a large laser, and a medium mass driver. That'll work. And then we have more than enough power to slap deflectors on everything. Look at that. Beautiful. And we'll save that. Turn... oops, sorry. I just hit autocomplete and didn't do anything, though. That is a really cool-looking battleship, I do say. I just don't want it auto-upgrading. Look at that. Strength Norris, what's up, buddy? This is what our carrier battleship looks like, and they look pretty fucking cool, if I do say so. I like it. This almost looks like what the front end of an with an XL slot would be, or an X slot weapon would be. Excuse me, not XL. Very cool looking. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our fleet, and we will add the Tarnuk class battleship. We can only fit 2, because then we're at our fleet command limit. Bam, 900 alloys later. All right, as you can hear now at -5 for consumer goods. That's a problem. Good Lord, I had no idea you could change the type of ship for different designs. Oh boy, ship design. Oh man. Ship designs is a whole nother thingy-mabobber. That is a whole nother fucking depth of fucking knowledge and stuff like that you gotta wrap your head around, buddy. I'm not gonna get into it this time around. Or at least not this stream. Maybe another stream. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these the designs for the defense platforms and various other things. Because Runicat wanted us to do that, and we never really got the chance to. But now that we have battleships, we can take a good look at what the Necroid ship set really looks like. So I kind of like the idea behind the defense platform here, where each side, like each section, is not really like a pad with weapons on it, but it's like this little kind of ring sort of thing. I think that's cool as shit. That is really awesome. Let's forget that. Let's go to a new battleship design, and we're going to go ahead with an all broadside setup and take a decent look at it. And we'll just save that really quick. I think that was this one. Yeah, so this is an all broadside battleship. That looks really cool. This is, honestly, the Necroid ship set is so good. And then, so that's all broadside stuff. If we change that to artillery just for fun, now it looks like that. It looks a lot more menacing. Spikes everywhere. I'll miss your One Planet playthrough with a Doomsday start. Yeah, I'm not doing that, Strength Norris. Come on. And then we already saw the hangar bow. It's pretty sweet looking. That's with a hangar bow, but still broadside core and stern. Alright, so let's change it to artillery bow, and then we'll go to an artillery core. It doesn't look much different. Just little spikes in different spots, probably. Or fins, I guess you could say. Save that ship design. Yeah, looks pretty, it's a lot sleeker looking. Much more streamlined. Take a look at the hangar core now. This looks similar to... Kind of similar to the carrier core. Not really. So this is an artillery bow hangar core. The difference between hangar and carrier core is that the hangar core has 4 medium slots and 1 strike craft slot. I almost would prefer that for the core instead of a straight up carrier core, because I just don't like how much point defense you get from the carrier core. I'd rather have 4 medium slot weapons to shoot and kill shit, you know? And that's the carrier core. We saw that earlier. Little row, or sorry, a little column of the small weapons and the point defense on the top there, and then you got the hangars on the side. Pretty cool. Now let's go back to artillery core, and we've looked at the broadside stern a decent amount. That's what it looks like. I like that. I like that kind of that bridge. That sort of bridge deck on the very back there on the stern of the ship. That's cool. And then artillery stern. And again, that little thing poking up in the back there, into like kind of where you would expect the bridge to be. It's still there with the stern. I don't know if it changes with the stern. It does. Okay, so it is on the stern section, but still, that looks cool. And then this artillery stern has that a couple big spiky things coming out the very back there. That looks fucking cool. That really does. All right, let's delete that. Don't need it. That's sweet. It'll be a short stream. It's not happening, Strength Norse, no matter how much you keep bugging me about it. It's not happening. Okay, so these are the cruisers. We'll just take a quick look at the cruisers. I don't want to spend too much time doing this. We can look at these in the future with the destroyers and corvettes, I think. Sabathep class cruiser. So this is artillery. Artillery bow has this big old spike on the front. Artillery bow, artillery core, and broadside stern, I think it was. Yes, I think it was broadside stern, because gunship is the two small weapons. This looks cool. This actually looks pretty menacing. Let's go ahead and change this to a broadside core. That just looks like a big fucking torpedo. Introducing the torpedo class cruiser. Oh, so it has torpedo weapons. No, the ship itself is a giant fucking torpedo. What do you expect? Looks pretty good. What's the broadside bow look like? There it is. Wow. I like that. I like that little two-pronged kind of look on the front. It's like a two-pronged fork. It's a tuning fork spaceship. Hey? 50 years, you can conquer the galaxy in 50 years. I mean, if I get the end of the cycle on day 1, probably. And let's take a look at the missile bow with the okay, the missile bow looks awesome. I like that. I like that missile bow. That looks fucking awesome. The missile core looks pretty good too. They complement each other really nicely. Jeez. I like the seriously, this Necroid shipset is fucking cool. All right, let's do a hangar core now, just for fun, and then we'll change this to a gunship stern. Oh, this is easily the coolest looking cruiser that we've ever made. Look at that. Hangar core, gunship stern, and missile bow on the Necroid cruiser. That looks fucking cool. It's an earwig. Seriously, the fucking design team at we already have an earwig class cruiser, as you can see. The fucking design team at Paradox Interactive that come up with these ship sets and whatnot, they do such an awesome job. Seriously, fucking awesome. The Necroid ships look cool. If anybody's been paying attention to what's coming to PC, the Aquatics ships look incredible. I highly recommend checking them out. Alright, Malakath, we got a new building slot. There's some unemployment. What happens if we upgrade this? We get plus 10 to stability, 3 more necrophyte, and plus 1 necrophyte job per 50 pops. Wow. Alright, we passed natural series. Okay, cool. What's next? Guardian Angels Act. Let's support that. The Galactic. Fuck that. We won't be on it. We have the least diplomatic weight. Regulatory facilitation. Don't want it. Decrease ability. Repeal the readied shield. We're supporting that because the readied shield increases weight from naval power. Comfort the Fallen. We're supporting it strictly because of the unity from jobs. Small amount, but every little bit helps. And ban the organic slave trade. No, we're not. We're not doing that. I'll have to get PC version. I am not dragging my Xbox overseas. Why not? Come on, man. I know some people that deployed in Iraq back in the day, and they didn't even have Xbox 360 then. They took their OG Xbox, their giant fucking brick house with them in Afghanistan or Iraq when they were deployed. I'm sure you can handle a much smaller, much lighter Xbox One or Xbox Series X/S or an XXX Xbox Series X Series Xbox Box X Sex. Yeah, one of those. I'm sure you'll be fine. Okay, we're going to do an embassy complex so that we can get an envoy. An additional envoy. That always helps. Let's see. What is our current envoy doing? Busy in relations with Yapathic Cartel. Who else do we want to make nice with? Zelvin Swarm, they can go fuck themselves. How about... Does somebody really dislike us right now? Or not really like us? A lot of people don't. Let's see. We want to make nice with people that are like strong. Overwhelming. How the hell are they overwhelming in tech? Whatever. Okay, let's improve relations with this. There you go. I fear that we are rapidly approaching the limit of what can be accomplished through diplomacy, Vampyrz. It may soon become necessary for the nation of Hesshi to take more direct action. Not liking the sound of that, but what can we do? Alright, let's see. We'll do refit standards. That should be fine. Xbox 360 Series 1X. There you go. You forgot an S in there. Xbox 360 S Series 1X. Digital version. Okay, I don't know what the hell I want to do here. It's tempting to upgrade of elevation. Anyways, let's go to the market. We need to reduce how many consumer goods we're selling each month. There we go. Better. And then we'll up this to 3. Very good. And of course, if you want to mix all of the consoles together, you've got the Sega, Nintendo, Genesis, 360 Series, Xbox, PlayStation, Dreamcast. There you go. I'll just throw the Dreamcast in there. Honorable mention to the Dreamcast. Okay, I need a clerk job. Thank you very much. What the hell is our trade policy again? I think it is consumer benefits. What the shit? So, am I suddenly getting... okay. We're getting less than 8 consumer goods from trade. That's kind of lame. 0 point power, done. Yes, let's get gateway activation. And I'm going to change our trade policy. Actually, let me change our automatic trade first. We can now use the expropriation casus belli. Oh shit, I'm sorry. We were buying consumer goods? Why the fuck did I go up and... okay. Need to change that. Let's up that to about 40. I thought I was selling consumer goods. Fuck! Whoops. Good job, Mo. We did it. Great Promise now has a branch office, which I'm not a fan of. That just tells me that we are going to do another precinct house, like so, to create a couple more enforcers to keep the crime down. Planet status. Crime from Pops 3 artifact from Criminal Syndicate branch off, adding 25. Not last. Okay, we have Arcology project. We're lacking 3,000 minerals. Okay, but I have 19,000 energy, so we can definitely buy some. All right, let's do command matrix because we get a ship fire rate bonus for that, and we get the command center as well, which ain't too bad. Do we have a food processing plant here already? Yes. I have a chemical plant? Do not. All right, so let's plop one down. Okay.
A study has been completed.
And Star Fortress done. Okay, that's good. Can we do superfluid materials in a reasonable time frame now? Probably not. So let's do citadels. 42 months. Ugh. What's next? We've only got about a half hour stream. Yikes. How much to upgrade? 65. We can do that. Okay, so we've got 20,000 energy right now. Let's go back to the market, and we'll go ahead and buy. I'm about to buy minerals. I feel disgusting for that, but that's okay. Ferrari. And now, Arcology project. There we go. Okay, so, the unfortunate thing is that the only thing that we're going out of this planet for a long time, because the Arcology project takes like 10 years. The only thing we're going to be getting off this planet for a while is trade value. By the time this is done, we'll probably be up to about 15 pops, maybe. Possibly more. Which will be terribly great. But it'll be okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about... We have a dimensional portal researcher. One dimensional portal researcher is producing almost 24 physics research per month by themselves. That is crazy. Alright, we really should also be looking at new colonies. Size 20 desert world. Wow. Why haven't I... Oh, these are the ones with the really shitty resource spreads, aren't they? Yeah, 7 mining districts, 7 agriculture districts. Kind of poopy. And 6... Yeah, this one's really shitty. Holy. Ever made a Thrall world? Is it worth it? Actually, yeah, a Thrall world is pretty good. If memory correctly, the best thing that you can do with your Thrall world is have a lot of... I think you can still construct agriculture districts. So you have that Thrall world producing a lot of food, and slap down a few, like not a lot, but a few hydroponics farms, because you need buildings to create housing for them and stuff like that. So you slap down a few hydroponics farms, create a bunch of agriculture districts on it, and why are we losing food again? Great power. That's a generator world. Why am I looking there? Agent Prime was a major victory. Great Promise. Let's close that out. It's because I lost 2 to the Enforcers. Duh. Anyways. Like I was saying, so I do believe that you can have a bunch of food being produced, but on the Thrall world itself, there's a massive growth speed bonus. So you'll be growing slaves quite quickly. Not like crazy fast, where it's like, 2 pops a year or something ridiculous. No, it's not like that. But it does grow. Let's go ahead and colonize this. Now, I made the mistake of our last couple colonies I colonized with Vampyrz, which was really stupid because they have a ridiculously slow pop growth speed. We need to colonize with Jeffs because they have a decent amount of pop, or a decent level of pop growth speed. So they will grow faster than the Vampyrz. That will unlock our building slots a little more quickly. Blah, 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 blah. Anyways, so yeah, you use that thrall world, and you're probably only producing some food from it, but because the slaves are growing fairly quickly, you can resettle those slaves to a new colony to help that new colony develop more quickly and fill in the worker jobs like technicians and miners and that kind of shit. So it's pretty decent. What is the... Hang on. I don't think I have it here, so let me see what the technology... Huh, I don't think I selected the technology, did I? Thrall worlds will be society... I'm trying to remember. I'd have to look at it again. It's honestly been a while since I've taken a peek. Okay, we're going to do environmental diversification to increase our habitability by 10% across the board, which is great. Blanket Fort? You want me to name it Blanket Fort? What? Okay, so we're going to have a fortress world here in Haneri. So that means I would say Habrak should be... Actually, should I be more worried about the what's it called? These guys, the Zelvin Swarm, whatever the fuck their name is. Oh man, are they taking out the... I think they're taking out the Marauders. Holy shit. The Marauders are gone from that system. Crazy. Let's go ahead and upgrade the starbase in Demon's Maw. How much to upgrade? 335. Let's do it. What about a robot to colonize? What do you mean? You've never built a blanket fort? No, but I built a box fort. Excuse me, are you referring to me? Because your authority is not recognized in Fort Kickass.
A study has been completed.
You know what we could do is our energy is quite good. I think I'm going to slap down a couple of research labs on this world. Command matrix done. And let's go ahead and do advanced food processing. Very good. Rock on. Okay, so yes, we can finally do a robot assembly plant here. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really, really tough because as much as I would like to turn this into a research world, we also have these features. This industrial sector, which is giving us 6 basically refineries. Maybe I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 refineries, and that will leave us the bottom 8 building slots. Like I won't have any chambers of elevation or something. I don't fucking know. Huh. -6 max districts from the dense ruins. It's too bad. So the central spire is giving us those +8 research jobs as well. Robot population to colonize a planet. Well, you need droids for that to begin with. You could use the robot population or some droids to colonize a planet if you wanted. Personally, I don't do that terribly often because sorry, I'm just looking around here. My only issue with that is sure, you colonize the planet with robots, but the only reason I would ever want to colonize a planet with robots is because the habitability is low for all the species in my empire. In which case it's like, well, why am I colonizing it? Why am I colonizing it then? Because it has low habitability. And because of that, oh, easy peasy branch office shut down. No problem. No problem. And that was on Great Promise, so we can get rid of this precinct house now. You can fuck right off. Let's replace it with... I don't know. I already have a Sanctuary of Repose on this world. I already have an admin building. Shit. I don't know. And I can't just demolish it because they won't immediately demote themselves, obviously. Anyways, I trust you understand where I was going with that, Strength Norris, right? Because, like, as I was saying, the only reason that I would, you know, want to colonize with droids is because of a planet has low habitability for every organic species in my empire. Like I said, the problem with that is because it would have low habitability, the growth speed would be extremely low for any organic species or organic pops, I should say, growing on that planet. And what am I looking for here? Let's go ahead and do the collective self, sure. And then physics, we got gateway activation, very good. And let's go ahead and do tachyon sensors. Yes, I got you. Okay, fair enough. I was going to try to circle back to that and finish what I was saying. But yeah, like the low habitability would affect the overall growth speed of the pops, and it would just take longer for the organic pops to be grown to the point that we can construct a robot plant to start assembling more robots on that planet. You know what I mean? It would just take longer to develop than if I simply did not colonize it and left it alone. Yeah, I've got lots of modes coming in. Naked Monopolist net yet? No. Which one? Ferrari is only about 20. It's 25% done. The Arcology project. It'll probably be about 40%, 50% done by the end of this stream. Would be my guess. And we've got our first habitat being colonized. I guess we're renaming this Blanket Fort. Unless somebody has a better name idea. So what I do with my fortress habitats, and I'll be able to go into this in better detail, because it's not built, I intentionally do not build fortress habitats over a resource deposit, because if you construct a habitat over a mineral deposit, you get astro mining bay districts on the habitat, which is really nice to help boost your minerals output. Same thing if you build it over a deposit of energy, you get reactor districts, which create technician jobs to produce energy credits. And then science gives you some special science districts on your habitat to create researcher jobs on that habitat, which is nice. So I intentionally do not build a habitat over a resource deposit because it would be better served if I built a habitat over that deposit that I intend to use to extract those resources. You know, if I build it over a science deposit, I want it to be a research habitat, or I want it to be a mineral habitat, whatever, right? So when I'm doing a fortress habitat, I just find a planet that's doing absolutely nothing, no resources. I use a mix of the... you don't need many habitation districts. You still need some, but not many, because the fortresses produce 3 housing on top of the 3 soldier jobs. But you still need, I think, about 3 or 4 habitation districts so that you have enough housing for the other jobs that will not be, you know, soldier jobs. And then because pretty much all of the building slots are going to be taken up by fortresses and whatnot, I actually construct some leisure districts so that we have some entertainer jobs produced in order to, we have some entertainer jobs in order to produce the amenities that will be needed on this planet. I'm still shocked when you were a kid you didn't take blankets and chairs and make forts. No, because I made a bunch of other things with other stuff. Like that. Blanket forts? No, I don't really remember blanket forts. I definitely remember making a bunch of other shit out of like Lego and stuff. I like small worlds as fortress worlds, size 10 to 12. I mean, you could use those too. You could use those too. I usually use small worlds for refineries or bureaucratic centers. You know, put a lot of admin offices on it or something. Let's get this food processing center upgraded. Need more farmer jobs. Need to improve the output of me farms. Oh, this already is a food processing center. Talking is hard.
A new colony has been propagated.
But that's not a bad idea. Using small-sized worlds for well, it's a little late to get the free building slot, but okay. What the fuck was I saying? Yeah, using a small-sized world for fucking fortress worlds or whatever. That's not a bad idea either. Strength Norse. Okay, so because of two things, because of the Voidborn Ascension perk, Ascension pork. Wow, I think I'm hungry. So Voidborn Ascension perk unlocks 2 building slots on our habitats right away, which is dope. And this tradition, adaptive ecology, in the adaptability tree, gives us a free building slot on all of our worlds. So every habitat from now on is going to have 3 building slots unlocked right from the get-go. That is sick. Alright, I need at least 1 leisure district. The rest can be habitation. Actually, let's drop the robot assembly plant. And this will do. The other buildings, I don't know what they'll be yet. Rather use those alloys on warships. Like the alloys to construct habitats? Are those the kind of alloys? Oh, fuck yeah, dark matter drawing. Woo! Finally got it. Yeah, boy! Alright, let's up that. Okay. I'm still buying 40 of these damn things. Okay, well, let's up that to about 45. Because we're down to 2, which makes me unhappy. And we're buying 3 rare crystals. We need to fix that. I'm going to need at least... Oh, hello. Pop's Necrophaged on Great Promise. Oh, boy. And now we've lost... We now suddenly have an unemployed ruler because reasons. Okay. Seems legit. What do we got for engineering research? Oh, there's our exotic gas refining. I really need that. Habitat expansion would be kind of nice. Let's get the exotic gas refining out of the way because that's a fast technology. For fortress habitats, yes, I'll build 1 if I don't have a planet and it's a good spot. Great power. Okay, so we're fine. Wait, what? Why do these places say that there's unemployment? There's no unemployment. Shut up! You're lying, you son of a bitch! Okay, and what about here on Ferrari? We need to open up another clerk job. And on Great Promise, we have an unemployed ruler. So that's not going to pay anytime soon. Pain in the patootie. We're down to the last 50 minutes of the stream. So we're... I think I'm micing and talking too much because we're down to a whopping, oh my goodness, what is that? 18,000. Wow. All right, that's a little intimidating. 18,000. All right, well, go ahead and move our ships to this Santidar system. This would not be enough. Not even close. We've got a fleet power of maybe 8,000, and that's with our starbase as well. Let's upgrade it. Need to do more starbase upgrades, methinks. And that's 838 to upgrade that to a star fortress. Damn. That's a little much. I only have 1,000, so I don't want to do that yet. Actually, hold on. I have 23,000 energies. What am I talking about? Boop! There we go. Done. Okay, so Demon's Maw. Upgrade that starbase, please. And Santidar. Let's go ahead. Nope, maybe not yet. Okay. Thought I heard an interesting sound, but never mind. I'm just on drugs. What are we losing right now? Volatile motes. All right. Let's reduce the amount we're selling by 1. There we go. That should fix that. Exotic gas refining. Oh, needed that. Yay. Impulse thrusters. Okay, so we passed Guardian Angels Act. Dope. Okay, and that's that. Nutrient replication. Grab that. It's pretty scary how our main fleet is significantly faster than our little free picked up from anomalies ships. Are you on that purple rain? Oh yes. Purple rain. Purple rain. Alright, I'm going to slap a chamber of elevation down on this world now. I don't think I'm going to do a chamber of elevation. Oh, well, fuck. I don't know if that'll work. You can't have rulers with... I'm going to have to do a chamber of elevation on Blanket Fort. Unbelievable. Let's lock out the culture workers for now because I do not need them producing society, research, and unity. Well, I mean, I could. We have 7 amenities, so I guess I could do without another entertainer for the time being. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the exotic gas refinery here. And then we can upgrade to an energy nexus, finally. Alright, dark matter drawing. Hell yeah! Let's get some dark matter. Dark matter is good and fun. Okay, now, where are my construction ships? I need you giving me that dark matter from the Demon's Maw. Didn't we have another source somewhere else, too? I can't remember. We're not. Alright, anyways, we also need to continue expanding our territory down in this area. Oh, right, it's in Brune's Singularity, so I need to get over there sooner rather than later. If I leave this area alone for too long, it's possible that Dinglenuts over here will be like, you know what, I'm going to spend a bajillion influence to grab one of these systems and then start expanding from there, and I'll be like, no! You son of a bitch! And then I'll probably just rage quit. It's like, okay, we're done with the Necrophage string game. Not going back to it. We'll do another one. We'll do the One Planet Challenge next. I would not be a happy camper if that happened, honestly. Fucking hell. Sensors aren't picking up any ships over there, so I think we're okay, though. All good. Okay, I should probably start constructing stations around a lot of these other within my territory that I did not bother with. A mining station here. What the? Come on, research station. Another mining station. Let's get this research station and this mining station as well. You know what else I don't have is a couple some trading kind of star bases. Ever get the Cybrex Relic Warforge, I think? No. I gotta admit I have not been playing enough these last several months to really get a lot of the new relics and stuff, like the Cybrex Warforge.
Construction function completed.
It would be amazing to get that one, though, because... How many alloys does it give you when you use it? I can't remember. Alright, research, and then we can construct another starbase down here. I have a lot of it. Goddamn. Is there a temporary edict that I can... No, it does not look like it. That's too bad. My edicts are lasting 15 years right now. What is this guy's... At least two additional agriculture district. Okay. What was the current mandate? It does... what? Well, that's stupid. Where do you go now to check out your mandate? Like the current one. Son of a bitch. It used to be in that stupid... 250 alloys for a ground army. 5,000 alloys cost you 10,000 minerals. That is an extremely efficient exchange. And yes, it's amazing to get that relic so I can play around with it. I would just be one happy camper. Alright, you know what? Let's do another civilian industries just for the fun of it. Wormhole stabilization is done. Excellent. Let's go ahead and start getting the combat computers, because those are extremely useful for our military ships. Trade policy. We're buying 45. 10 from trade. Okay, I'm going to want to change that trade policy sooner rather than later. I still don't know what the hell to get for our last 3 Ascension perks. Galactic Wonders, Master Builders, and something else, I guess. Nothing to do here. I only have 2 friggin' pops. It's where you check research anomalies. Oh shit! I didn't realize they moved it to this. Thank you. By constructing at least 2 additional agriculture districts, huh? Well, you know what we can do is we can construct 2 of them. They won't finish in time, I don't think. When is the new election happening? 22/78/04/06. Yeah, that's next month. We're not finishing these. What we could have done is, if I noticed that sooner, I could have queued up 2 agriculture districts that, as soon as they were built, demolish them. New ruler mandate. Blam. Blam. Who do we... Wait, is this somebody different this time? We have elected previously governor on Malakath to become the next ruler. Did I pick the wrong fucking guy? I thought I supported... whatever. Okay, cosmography. We need to appoint a governor. Let's get... yeah, I want a bureaucrat. That's... That's what I need. Let's go ahead and do an environmental engineer. Because I think it still applies to Fenhabanis. Yes, it does, meaning that these ecologies are even cheaper to move now. So we can just bloop, 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 get rid of all 4 of them. Goodbye, get the fuck out of here. Actually, we can do it even better. We can go even deeper. Tile land clearance. Bam. Want to see something cool? It costs us nothing to get rid of these now. I have 34 minor artifacts and I have not been using them. Get your head out of your ass, Moby. Holy. Reverse engineer arcane technology. Yay! Celebrate diversity. Gives us xenophile, spiritualist, and ethics. Or we can sell to private collectors. For each one, we get 500 energy credits. Oh boy, 500 times 29. Well, 500 times 10 is 5,000, so you're looking at just under 15,000. 14,500 energy credits. Huh. That is why I love autocratic government. Do not need to deal with elections. That is an advantage, but the it can be pretty nice. If you accomplish those, you get a fair chunk of resources for them. Usually Unity, but still. You're picking up what I'm throwing down. Okay, forget building that research station so far. I need you to move on. You want shared destiny perk? No, I don't. Because I really need to increase my subject trust cap because of all the subjects I have. Am I right? You know what we could do is one of these days we could do a quote-unquote Fallen Empire game where we I would boot us up in a I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Okay, let's get these hangar bays online ASAP, please. We're gonna need them. Holy shit. And impulse thrusters. What else do we want? Superfluid materials would be pretty nice. But again, ooh, we're down to months now. Okay, that's not so bad. Anyway, so I'll finish what I was saying. I'm just going to save the game now because I'm just going to do a bunch of yakking right now. What I was thinking is I could up a quote-unquote Fallen Empire game sometime in the future, in the near future, because apparently after this is One Planet Challenge. But what it would be is, let's do Randomize Empire. I would set it down to 200 stars, no AI empires, and then max out primitive civilizations to like 5x. And then obviously do all the other things. Why does crisis strength keep dropping down to 0.5? That's really annoying. Do all the rest of this normally. There would be AI Fallen Empire, a Marauder Empire, but no AI empires in the galaxy. This is one kind of nice thing about playing in a small size galaxy is you can turn AI empires off. And then what we do is we try to like uplift as many primitives as possible because there should be quite a bit throughout the galaxy. Oh, we'd also have to crank up habitable, well, maybe not have to, but it would probably help. So primitive civilizations at 5x and habitable worlds at 5x. There should be quite a bit of primitives that appear throughout the galaxy, and we uplift as many as we can and make them our subjects. And it would be kind of fun because we wouldn't really be able to. It would take a long time to uplift any primitives we came across, and we would just have like drastically superior technology to them. I think it would be an interesting playthrough. It would be more. It would be more of like just strictly for fun, without worrying about maintaining relations with alien AI empires and the like, because there wouldn't be any to worry about. Of course, there's the Fallen Empire, but they wouldn't awake for a while. That kind of stuff. I just think it would be kind of a little fun little thing to do. More of a let's see what happens. Let's see what we can do in this situation kind of a playthrough. I think it would be a really interesting role play kind of thing. But let me know. Orsic Fireforge Strength Norse, you guys say that sounds fun. Anybody else in chat wants to weigh in on that? Do let me know. Or those of you in the comments on YouTube in the future, if that sounds like a fun playthrough that we could do probably sometime in 2022, just let me know. It's just an idea that I've had for a little while now, but never really have had the opportunity to do it, seeing as how I lost 2 months of streaming availability this year. Well, more than 2 months, really. But anyways, I cut that off a little early, but we were just a couple minutes away from the 2-hour mark. So yeah, right when the Dingalings declare war on us, as I suspected, that's why I moved our fleets to that one system. So yeah, I don't think we're ready for them, but we'll do what we can to fend them off, and we'll just see how things go. A huge thank you to everybody who came by to watch me playing this live tonight. Blind Orphan, Semper Buffo, Neomanic, Pargo, Joe the Frogman, Strength Norse, Orsic Fireforge, Drac, and who else dropped in there? Emperor Badger. And I think that's everybody. And of course, there's a bunch of you who are also lurking in the viewer list there. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you'll drop by on a future stream. Reminder that I am streaming both tomorrow and Sunday, so Saturday and Sunday at noon Mountain Time, and I'll be streaming Mass Effect Legendary Edition for 3 hours on each of those streams. So hopefully I'll see you there. And that's basically in place of last night's stream, which I kind of canceled. Of course, I'll post more about this tomorrow during the day as the start of the stream. As we get closer to the start of those stream times. Excuse me. Appreciate it, guys. We'll see you next time. Those of you watching this in the future on YouTube, if you enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below how you think this playthrough is going to go. What do you think is going to happen in this upcoming war that we're going to have? Do you think we're going to get our ass royally kicked and lose some territory where they can eat our pops? They are a devouring swarm, after all. Or do you think we'll fend them off? Also, let me know what you think about what I said about that idea where we kind of play as a fallen empire in the galaxy to uplift as many primitives as possible. If that sounds like a fun kind of stream game that you'd like to see me do later, as I said, let me know in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date on all my live streamed content or just my Stellaris Console Edition content, do subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. The goal for 2021 is to still try and hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Getting pretty close to December, so anything you can do to help out would be appreciated. And that includes subscribing yourself and sharing this content with anybody who you think would enjoy watching it. Check out the links in the description below. While you're at it, you'll find one for the official Stellaris Discord, where you can become part of the greater Stellaris community. There's also links for my personal stuff, such as my Twitch channel, which I streamed this off of. My normal schedule is Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Drop in any one of those evenings and hang out with me for a couple hours. There's a link to my Twitter feed. Give me a follow there. I post important announcements on it all the time. Last but not least, there's a link to my own personal Discord for fans of my content to freely join. If you want to chat with other people who watch my stuff, or if you want a way to be able to communicate with me on a daily basis, that's the place to be. This is Mobius signing off for now. I'd say have a good weekend under normal circumstances, but hopefully I will see you for the Mass Effect stream tomorrow. Until then, have a good night. Take care.